Hi guys, John with you again. This time we're doing my update, second update on the M24 Chaffee from Italeri in 135th scale, and it's kit number 6502, just in case you were interested. Anyway, let's see what stage I've got to. So far, I can't fault the kit in any way. It's a very, very good kit. So we'll put down my little black. Oh my god! I'll put down my little black robe thing. So we start off. We start off with the turret. We'll zoom in a bit there. Right, there's the turret assembled and painted black, which is the undercoat I'm using. I'm going to do the same as Andy's hobby headquarters with the NATO black, and then lighten off with white in different areas, and then do the colour over it. I've got the two aerials on. I used the guitar string. I left the springy bit at this side. I didn't leave the spring at this side because it's got, as you can see, quite a nice base already. So that's the turret done. Loads of little fiddly bits on that. Quite nice, I must say. Everything just sat into place perfectly. Can't fault it. Everything went just perfect, swimmingly beautiful, said we say. That's the turret done. I remember the last time I was just about to start on the tracks, so I have the tracks on and done, in and painted. So it's just the tracks and sort of bits of the underside and the wheels and things. They've got their kind of, shall we say, their first coats. The tracks, they're lovely tracks. They really, really are. I had no problems with them whatsoever. They slip together beautifully. Comes with a long piece and all the short ones. I think there was 53 short ones or something like that. I can't remember now, to be quite honest with you. I have it written down in here, in the instructions, which I'll show you in a minute. So I laid it out, bit of upturned masking tape pieces stuck to it because it's low tack, whereas the two-sided tape that I have is it's very, very strong, and it just wouldn't work for this. They'd lift and I'd be stuck to everything anyway. So anyway, that was the tracks. They really, really went together perfectly. Like I said, I laid them out, started the centre, counted around how many I needed. So my join is actually in half, so I kind of, halved the amount. And laid them out, Rebel contacted professional glue in amongst all the little joins, waited 5 minutes, and then wrapped it around, and it wrapped around absolutely perfectly. Literally perfectly. I couldn't fault it in any way. Lovely, lovely, really nice, nicest set of tracks I've ever worked with. So then what I did was I like I said before, I fitted the tracks. I painted the in here the suspension arms and all that kind of stuff, because I knew that once that went on, I'd never be able to paint it, in there, up there. So that's all nicely painted up and things in there. It needs, the next couple of stages, washes and weathering and stuff like that, but I do it all together so it's more uniform. Once I fitted the tracks, then it was just a case of put on the side skirts and the fenders, I suppose you'd call it, and all the little handles and ancillaries and bits and pieces that go onto it. All the tools and stuff. Now this little plate here, the side skirt, bloody friggin' nightmare. Whether it's the top is warped or the sides of this are warped or something. It was fitting, say, perfectly here, but not fitting there and back here. So I did have fit issues with that piece. That the only pieces that I've had a little bit of a fit issue with, and you can see from here that it's perfect all the way along, that nicely there like that, and then it starts to lift like that. you know, so I've tried my damnedest to get that right. Last night I spent ages on it, so what I decided to do was just bring it up like that, and I'm going to fill it like I did at the other side. I used my styrene filler. So I'm going to fill, my next little job is just to fill that little section there. When it dries, send it down, clean it all off a bit, which I got to do to this one yet. So it needs a little bit of sanding and, you know, a kind of, shall we say, a walk over to make sure everything is okay before I go on for painting. So it's just, like I said, just a little bit of filler there, and here, it's already done that side. And Bob's your aunt, says you, if he has the operation. So anyway, that's the Chaffee and where I am on it. As it goes for painting and decals, what I've decided to do. I've decided to do it is a French army tank in Indochina in 1951 or 1953, I think. Yeah, 1953. So that's the version I am doing, and it's the French Army in Indochina, 1953, basic olive drab. But it's just, it gives their. There we go. That's what's got to go on to it. Reason I decided on the French version, when I was doing a bit of research on the Chaffee tank, like everybody else, I go to YouTube and the internet and things, and there's a brilliant documentary on the there's loads of brilliant documentaries on the Chaffee, I must admit, but there was one in particular that I found. It's a chap in America who was restoring one, and he has quite a lot of other armour, so it's more money than sense or whatever, but he collects armour, real stuff, not like the little plastic ones that we kind of collect. And he was rebuilding one of these, and as part of the rebuilding thing, he was kind of telling the story of the Chaffee tank and other bits and pieces and how they were used and where they were used and stuff like that. And there was a French colonel there as part of the film thing, and he was a commander of one of these Chaffies in Vietnam, in French Indochina as it was, then later became Vietnam. And it's what they did with these Chaffies is what I found really, really amazing. They wanted them in a place called Dien Bien Phu, or Dien Bien Phu. Pronunciations aren't probably the best, but anyway, they couldn't drive them to the area because it was too jungle and not roads and things like that, and they were never able to get them up. But what the French had done was they had built a big airstrip in Dien Bien Phu. So what they did was, they got a couple of these, stripped them down, as in took them apart, literally, down to their bare components, stripped them down and loaded them up onto a couple of planes. The reason being is they couldn't get them onto the plane as it was because they were too heavy and bulky and stuff. So they stripped them down, put them onto a number of planes, flew them to Dien Bien Phu, unloaded them there on the runway, parts everywhere on the runway, and basically built the tanks bit by bit, rebuilt them back up. Took them a couple of days. I think they were averaging a tank every 36 hours or something like that, or every 2 days. And it's just an amazing engineering feat. And then they went on to use them. And still to this day, in the area of Dien Bien Phu, there is a rusted relic of one of the Chaffies. And I think there's 2 or 3 of them around that area. Because there's definitely 2, because there's one that I saw, it's on a plinth just outside Dien Bien Phu, and there's one then which is in a field, and this French colonel went to the one that was in the field. That was his tank, and he said, "Oh, it's amazing, it's still there to this day, where he left it." So that's the version I'm doing. I'm doing the French version. So hopefully everything will work out nice. Like they say, fingers crossed. We'll give it a go anyway. We always do. So that's my update. Hope you liked it. If you did like it, leave a comment, or just at least, thumbs up, just to show that you've watched it and you liked it. They're nice to see. it just kind of, you don't actually have to say anything, but if you like it, give it a thumbs up, and the same with any of the videos you watch on YouTube for anybody else, because it's nice to for me and for the people that make videos and things like that, to see that people are appreciating what you're doing. You know, like when I started off, I was amazed. I was saying to myself, if I get 50 subscribers, I'll be thrilled to bits. Then I reached 50, then I reached 100, and then I started to do a giveaway, and I did a giveaway at 135, which ended up being the giveaway at about 150. Neil McKay won that. He won a lovely little tank. And subscriptions just kind of took off, and I'm now over 400, which I'm really, really amazed at. So thanks very, very much for subscribing to my channel, and hope you do actually, like what you see. But like I said, give the old thumbs up. It is nice to see the thumbs up, just to show that you're doing something right. I mean, you don't have to comment. You don't have to say, "Oh, great stuff, John. I love that about you," because I watch an average of maybe 6 or 7 a day. I might only comment on 1 or 2, but I'll give the thumbs up on them anyway. It's people go to the bother of making videos and putting their little bit of their modeling time into actually doing a video and editing and stuff like that. So let's just be nice to each other and give the old thumbs up at least. So anyway, if you haven't already subscribe for future updates and future builds. So thanks very, very much for watching this one. Thank you all for subscribing. Like I said, I'm over the 400 subscribers. Can't believe that. And build something, buy a model, buy a kit, and build it if you haven't. And if you are sort of in that frame of mind and you're already building away and things like that, enjoy it. Enjoy your building. It's a great little hobby. So anyway, let's catch you up in the next one. Be good.